my name is Matt Hill. I am the Director of Measurement and Insight, and I work for Sky Media. Yeah, so I think TV is really well known for being mid to upper funnel in the way that it works. It's known for being able to drive mass scale, highly emotive advertising, be able to tell a story. I think it's lesser known for its ability to work at the bottom of the funnel. And at Sky, we've got a very, very advanced capability where we're able to offer addressable advertising solutions, reaching 18 million people addressably every single week. And really, I think we're entering a new era where advertisers can be making use of TV across the funnel and basically taking advantage of the fact that cost per click advertising in search is massively going up, and there's a better way, there's a new way in which they can drive lower funnel activity. I think that the first place they go wrong is by not considering the role for TV for lower funnel activity. I think it's just not top of mind. And so I think job number one for us as a business is just to raise awareness and talk more about our capability and talk more about the data that we're using to help advertisers understand they can plan lower funnel activity with confidence and more certainty than ever before. AI is having a huge impact on the media landscape, and I think there's probably three key things in terms of the impact that it's going to have. Number one is it's affecting search results, so we're increasingly seeing AI overviews being used, and what that means is that the cost per click advertising is increasing in price. We just saw a presentation from Santander talking about the average financial cost per click going up from like £2 to £5 as a result of this. I think we're also entering a world where we're going to get inundated by AI slop in social channels, and so the importance of premium content and being associated with premium content and next to premium content is going to become more scarce and more important. And then also I think we're seeing that the tech giants are leaning more towards using AI as a means of helping advertisers basically plan. So all planning is going to be done by AI, and all that does is level the playing field for everybody. So the only competitive advantage you can drive is through your budget. And so I think all these things lean towards us needing to find a better way that actually delivers a competitive advantage, and TV is I think right at the top of the list of things that can do this. I think in terms of what excites me the most about the potential for AI is that AI can help us learn from data and get the most out of the businesses that are sitting on a rich set of data. And because everyone, again, is going to have access to AI capabilities. So really the differentiator is going to be what you feed the AI and how you train it and how you use those models. And so from my point of view and my selfish perspective as a business at Sky that's sitting on a lot of data, we're in a unique position to really make the most out of AI and offer something that's unique and different. The first party data we're seeing is a really useful way in which advertisers can enhance the effectiveness of their campaigns. And again, it's mainly for lower funnel activity. So when they're looking to close that sale, when they're looking to drive an actual activation, first party data can be a really critical and powerful way of doing that. And businesses that are sitting on first party data, combining with our data, using it to target, say, lapsed customers, we're seeing really, really strong, powerful results. So if you've got it, use it is really the mentality. In terms of outcomes, TV has, I think, always been felt to lag behind. It's felt like a punt in the dark. You're investing in TV, but not really knowing what you're getting. And the only way to really understand it is to run market mix modeling, which is great, but can take a while to come through. So at Sky, we've got a 5 million home panel that allows us to see who's been exposed, who hasn't been exposed to TV advertising. We can create a really high quality A/B test where the control group is demographically and behaviourally matched against the exposed group. And that allows us to deliver outcomes in terms of incremental lift that is resulting from the TV activity. So I think we're now moving to a space as an industry where that kind of data is more critical than there's ever been before. And using that kind of data can mean we can actually probably move from a world of selling ratings to a world of actually selling outcomes. And this is the direction of travel from our point of view. The really important thing is that as an industry we need to work together, because Sky Media is part of the total TV landscape. And what we don't want to do is have Sky having a different number to ITV, to having a different number to Channel 4. And this is where we're working with the other broadcasters to collaborate on a total TV outcome solution called Lantern that we're just about to go live with testing with a number of advertisers. And I think that's going to be a critical driver because it means that TV can compete toe-to-toe with any other media in terms of its accountability. And we know telly works. We've just got to surface it. We've got to show it. And I think that's just going to lead to a really strong future for telly. Better TV measurement for brands. I think that there's work to do in terms of measuring reach and frequency. As we've shifted across different platforms, the world's got confusing and complicated and difficult to measure and plan across. And I think probably you'll be interviewing a number of advertisers today they'd say that was one of the key problems that we've got. I'm one of the Barb board directors. And we are working at Barb to try and solve for that challenge and find a way that we can piece TV all together and make it easier for brands to understand and see the role that it plays in terms of driving reach, because reach remains a fundamental objective for all marketers, and we want to help them understand the role TV plays in. So will all TV measurement become outcomes focused? No. I think it's my short answer. I think increasingly there's more opportunity for TV to play in the outcome space, and that's a big growth area for us. There's going to continue to be a need for just basic exposure measures, because when you know you've made a great creative and you know you're getting that creative seen by the entirety of your potential market, you know you're doing good advertising. And I think that just remains a simple fundamental rule of marketing, and that isn't going to go away. So looking ahead at the next year, I think the biggest growth opportunity for brands really is for them to look at their lower funnel activity, to look at where they're seeing increasing costs in terms of cost per click search advertising, and to come and find a better way of doing it, to lessen their dependency on those type of marketing channels, and work with businesses like us to do things differently, to zig when everyone else is zagging, and to use telly across the funnel in a way that others aren't really doing so. I'll tell you the least useful thing I've used AI for first, which was I was trying to sort out a internet connection between my house and an outhouse that we've got, and I was using AI to help me do it, and it led me in circles for 3 hours to the point that I was literally ripping my hair out. But I have used AI. I use it in work a lot of the time. I use it to help with things like finding articles that help demonstrate a point that I want to make. I help it to summarize things that I've written that probably need to be trimmed down. So I'm increasingly find myself go to Copilot or ChatGPT for various solutions, and some things it's good at, and some things it isn't so good at, and I'm just learning to get the most out of it from that point of view.